This is the 6th episode of The Old Guys Talking Shit. We're headed to Cairo's restaurant now to pick up the other old guy, Jeff the Canuck. Well, Jeff, I guess the old guys are at it again.
Well, you know, the world never stops.
No, and they definitely need to hear our shit, right?
Why not?
Why not? Well, I've been watching you guys up in Canada. You guys have gotten crazy up there. You've gotten rid of your wonderful Prime Minister Trudeau.
Took us long enough.
How many years has he been in there?
9 years.
9 years. My gosh, that's a long time.
Yep.
Yep. You know, our presidents can only stay 8. So if they win twice.
Well, he won 3 terms.
3 terms. So their terms are 3-year terms.
His terms, this term isn't finished, and our terms aren't always the same length.
Well, that's confusing.
No, it depends. You see, in our system, if your party's doing really well,
right,
and the other parties are really sucking it in,
right,
well, then you go ahead and call an election, a snap election.
Oh, okay, to kind of reaffirm your grip.
And maybe what it does is you may have a majority already, and it builds a bigger majority. Or you may be down to a minority level, and you could come out as the majority government.
Yeah.
Then you don't need to rely on anyone else to help you.
All right. So, what do you think the highlights of Mr. Trudeau's term was? His 9 years.
I'm not a staunch liberal. I lean more to conservative. Yeah. And back in the day, reform. So I can't really say. I don't think of anything really, really, really well that he did, except he caught a lot of the girls' attention whenever he traveled to different countries.
Because he's kind of a cutie.
When he was, for instance, when he was here in the Philippines for the ASEM conference that time, out of all the foreign leaders, he attracted the most attention. In fact, the people were told, leave the poor guy alone.
Wow. Well, that probably didn't disappoint him too much.
Oh, no, probably not. No.
Yeah. Yeah, that...
Unfortunately, that doesn't relate to votes.
Yeah. You know, well, the only thing that I ever saw, about Trudeau that impacted me one way or the other is I remember his blackface adventure.
You see that almost once a week on Fox.
Yeah.
On their news.
Yeah, they show him doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And the other one that I thought was really significant was the trucker strike, where he froze people's bank accounts and did that stuff. To me, that was just a little over the top.
Well, he was doing a lot very similar to what he was following the example of America in terms of shutting the country down.
Yeah, and we did the COVID thing.
And the truckers were saying, look, we sit by ourselves in our tractors all the time. Why do we have to be locked down at home?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
I mean...
it truly doesn't make sense.
No. I'd say the one thing, to me, that stands out in his time was that he painted Canada as in a very poor light.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go as far as calling him an idiot like a lot of people do, but I think he could have done a lot more intelligent things or presented things more intelligently.
Mm-hmm.
The latest thing that he did that was absolute lunacy was when just before he's going to release the next budget, and the lady that's supposed to do it, he basically told her that she is not going to be in her current portfolio. She's going to be taken out, and he's going to create a new one for her with really no power. And she's now freelance. She's probably going to be his replacement.
Oh, no.
A good possibility that she will be anyway. Our politics are so different from yours.
Oh yeah, our guys. Well, of course, I really don't want to think back as far as Trump's first term, but the second that Biden got in, things just went nuts. I mean, he's done really a couple of things that I think were horrific, and that the one's the open border. I think that is the most inexcusable thing. It drained resources from things that from citizens. A tremendous amount of resources. Added a bunch of people to our population, a lot of them that are illiterate, and not only illiterate in our language, but illiterate in their own language. They're not the educated professionals that we look for when we look for immigrants. The other thing was the student loan, forgiving student loans.
Yeah.
To me, that was just, I don't know. I mean, that's like, hey, I went out and bought a new car, and the government's going to pay off my loan, but not going to pay off your loan. You're going to pay your taxes, and then they'll come back to me to pay off my car. So
yeah. To me, that was something that he didn't think it through.
Didn't think it through.
I mean, he was maybe buying votes from one group, but he was pushing away a lot of votes from a lot bigger group.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Biden, I don't know. I mean, the guy's, I've followed his, career for years, and I really never thought much of him. And then he kind of, as vice president, just kind of didn't do much. And then when he got to be president, he just kind of proved himself to be what I always kind of suspected he was, and that was a moron. The guys, and I'm not saying any of these guys are brilliant, Trump or anybody, but that guy has always been a bad seed. Well, mainly I don't see him running a second term ever. That would have been a disaster. And luckily they chose Kamala, which she had no chance of winning. Mm-hmm. And through the election, really, I think the Democrats threw the election.
Well, I think you can tell a politician a lot by how selfish they are.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want power, you'll do anything to get it, and that's a form of selfishness.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it for me, so I can lord it over you. And where you find you get good politicians, guys that are really decent, those are the ones that tend to be not so selfish.
Yeah.
They're more thoughtful of other people, what their needs are. If you're already a millionaire or a billionaire, what's the point of padding your bank account?
Yeah, that's true.
You
don't really need to.
So what you need to do is start trying to be a little bit more forthcoming to the regular people in the electorate.
Well, none of these guys, the president on down, none of them ever go broke being in politics.
Yeah.
They all wind up with a fatter bank account than they had when they come in. And I've always wondered about that. Wish I could figure out a way to do the same thing, but not likely. Probably won't work. It just, I don't know. I agree with you though that they don't really think about the people. They haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
And it's been, I don't know, maybe forever. I can only remember back like Eisenhower. I remember him. I think he was a good guy. I really do. I think he had the country's best interest at heart. But I can't remember anybody since, like Lyndon Johnson. Mm-hmm. I just can't remember anybody that was truly great.
Yeah.
Nixon. Remember Nixon? He was ousted in disgrace, I guess you'd say. Not a good guy. But I don't know. But I said, to me, the open border and the repaying the student loans were the worst thing that the Biden administration put over on us. Hey, look who I've got here. This is Bunny the cat. This is the first time you've seen Bunny.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a new one. He was an only child like me, so we have something in common. I think that's why he likes me.
So do you bite a lot too?
Yeah, I bite too. But he doesn't like me to bite him. He's He usually bites me first. The little guy was an only child. And they say that, only children are spoiled, right? Well, I know I'm spoiled. So I assume he is too. Pretty good little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This inauguration thing's coming up. I wonder there's got to be something happen at the inauguration that goes weird. I can't imagine what it's going to be, but I just can't imagine it going smoothly for some reason. It just doesn't seem like it'll go without incident.
Well, maybe the Dems will lead an insurrection in the midst of the inauguration.
Well, that could happen, I guess. Or maybe they just won't show up. That would be a real insult to Trump, and they've done everything they can to insult that guy.
Would that be a shock?
Well, probably to the average Fox News and CNN viewer, yeah. But it wouldn't shock me at all. Quite honestly, I think I've seen everything.
Yeah. Well, being a Canuck, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. You're lucky in that respect. What do you see for the future now for Canada? Who's going to be next?
The Conservative Party, right now, they're showing about 41% on polling.
Yeah.
For total, and that amounts to a majority government.
And who would be leading the majority government there, you think?
That would be Pierre Poilievre.
Poilievre? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the name. I haven't seen the picture of the guy.
He's a young guy.
Is he?
He's about Trudeau's age.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'd be interesting. I'd certainly.
He talks like Trump.
Yeah, I'd like to follow Canadian politics a little more. I get bored with the.
By the way, that's JR's stomach growling.
Oh, no, not really. Maybe it's the cat. Gosh, that pump sounds like it has rocks in it.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, there we go. Part of the adventure of living in the compound here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. I think that. Whatever happens with Trump, I just don't know. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll really be like his last term. It'll just kind of go smoothly, except for the fact that everybody's going to be chewing on his ankles. That's the only thing I see.
Yeah.
And I just don't see the Democrats getting over that. They're not going to stop. They're relentless. Yeah. It's like, what was that in Star Trek where they say the Borg? Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of the same way with the Democrats. They're like the Borg of politics.
Yeah. See, in Canada, I think the thing we're going to see changing will be they'll probably start concentrating a little bit more on housing.
Mm-hmm.
They're already talking about controlling the amount of people coming into the country.
Yeah.
I mean, our population has just ballooned over the last few years.
Yeah, and you just don't have the infrastructure and setup for it.
Well, yeah, we're short on accommodation. Jobs are getting more difficult to get.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we get something that goes along with that to build those up, I can't see. I mean, I have no problem with Canada growing. We've definitely got the space.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the natural resources, but we just need to have, I guess, the stimulus to actually get off our ass and do something.
Yeah, I like to see the U.S. growing too, but not the way it's growing by just opening the door and letting everybody in. That's
Right.
kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting hungry. Let's go in and see if we can catch a sandwich or something. What do you think?
Sure. Okay.
We'll do that. And I guess we'll say goodbye to everybody. Okay, this is JR, the TextPat OTG.
I'm Jeff, the Canuck.
And we want to thank you all for watching.